Alright, so I'm in the process of building me another screen. I was going to do 235.1 here with the invisible technology, but again, that stuff doesn't launch until 2026. And the black screen paint we're going to be working on is going to be launching a lot sooner. So first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILET Technology Screen. And I'm getting ready to set up for a new screen. So first, gotta get things all out of the way so I'm not tripping over stuff. Over my neck in the process. Things out of the way. Nope. And I just built this. But we do need a bigger screen for the kinects. A much bigger screen. And I figure we're going to be turning it into my giant office screen. So that means I'm going to have to I can operate everything from over here behind the desk. And my projector is under 200 bucks. That's fantastic. So this is going to be a pretty interesting build. It's going to have a combination of see-through screens and the new black screen paint, which we already have made, sitting under the desk. That's the new technology we're working on. So all this is going to be recycled. We're going to get rid of none of this. I've done something completely different. So the same panel system we have there. We'll kind of go over that next. This is my original phone screen, my photo screen. I've no idea how that's separated. No problem with that. Okay. That's it. No problem. What I like about the whole system, we never touch the walls ever. It's fantastic. Who's the boot on that? So our screen's going to be submersible because the short throw projector we got coming in, it's going to hit the floor to the top of the ceiling. So that's what we're putting in. Very big screen with the kinect scissors. I can control all of this. That's what I want to do. We're going to build another PC just strictly for the kinects. And we're going to install that PC into the screen with the kinect system over top. We can control all this. Right now, that's a good idea, but we need something more compact. So I have to build a more compact PC. Run our kinects to it. I'm going to have to upload more software. Let's take a simple Dell system to it. Let me see. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Really? Over here. Over there. Here we go. Thank you, Jesus. Alright. But I want to make it a little longer than the previous one was. Yeah, none of that stuff was ever glued. Just sitting up there. Makes it so much easier to take the whole thing apart. So you're going to drop it all the way to the floor, bring it all the way back up. Let me see. The base bottom part is pretty much solid. The rest of it's pretty much just, you know, but it's just something designed that we just take down. You know, we get ready to leave, it just poof, disappear. Don't touch your walls. Still warehouse shopping. Got a chance to look at a couple of them. Still, not my cup of tea yet. I'll soon up on one. I like the part when we do these cardboard screens. We get the naysayers that come in like complain about my cardboard screens can take out a $7,000 certified. And you just see that demonstration, that technology tested on black versus black. And I'm able to make an Optima GT 5500 projector. Hey, keep it cool on camera. All right, go pop up in your spot. Don't want to see you licking yourself. Go ahead. Get up there. Get on up there, you fuzzy monster. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the 8s can literally operate outside. So, doesn't make a difference what I paint myself on. That's why I painted over styrofoam screens, all that stuff. Doesn't make a difference what we make it out of it, as long as the formula itself does what it's supposed to do. I've even done a trash bag, believe it or not. Yeah, I sprayed a trash bag, turned it into a screen. If anything you can think of, we did it. Bed sheets, blankets. We've coated it, we converted it. Doesn't make a difference what I put it on. Doesn't make a difference, it works. The new stuff we have, we're going to be showing up pretty soon. Oh my goodness. Now you've seen the white level we pull up on the screens, we show you in those demonstrations. That's literally how high your white level has to read next to black paint. Gotta have those done. What have you doing? At the right top. What are you talking about? The biscuits are the biscuits, we don't even know. This is just light glue job. A light glue job ain't helping with your corn or anything. Red it up. Now, for some manufacturers said that the boxes develop mold. Well, mold does not work unless you have water. You have to have water to trigger off mold. That's how it works. I should know. I was trapped in a building at one point. Well, actually lived in an apartment. House I rented. There was mold in it. You have to have some kind of leaky pipes, roof, something like that to trigger off the effect. Mold doesn't just pop up by itself out of nowhere. And it needs something to trigger it off, to cause the effect. Like fire doesn't just pop up. Fire needs something to trigger fire. You know, like faulty outlets and stuff like that. Operating equipment is not designed for the outlet. That's what people have to understand. Because you live in an apartment unit, your outlets are not designed to run certain types of machinery. You need special outlets for that. That's why if you look at your washer and dryer and your refrigerator, the outlets on that, the range, stuff like that, the outlets are completely different from any other outlet in the house. They're heavy duty outlets. That's why. That's why when I got that big boy powerhouse projector in there, and I try to run that through a surge protector, it caused the lights to dim a little bit. And have to, I had to literally get a EcoFlow power system to do it. Ain't that right, Taco? People just plug anything in and wonder why your stuff burns out. That's why. Get that stuff in there like that. Anyway, let's put a building on this. So, I think I want to do, for the PC, I want to build on my giant screen, which is going to be connected into the projector. I think I want to do like we did over here. I want it flat to this, to the surface. It's going to build the PC into the screen. It's going to be sick, right? Run a trace system through it. That'd be pretty hot, right? I think we should do that. I'm excited. Are you? I'm really excited. Maybe we might put a thunder cloud system over top. We haven't decided on it yet. We just build as we go. Hey, Taco, I see one of your mice over your Mises. Your Mises. I found one of your Mises. You may have enough. Yep. I can see a rainbow. Let's see, which way is this going? This is going this way. here and here. So I need another line for this. This is where we need to glue at. This right here. There. Don't worry, top over your area space where it's at. I'm not building a bigger screen on the other side. It's not going to happen. Your nieces, more your nieces. Look at that man over here. You're getting cooked. Ah, thank you. Alright, let me see. Look how we put this thing together. Give me the calculations, Taco. You're good at math. Show you a couple right here. Only person in Allentown listening to freaking da 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 da. Look at the Bluetooth speaker. I hear his classical music. Da 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 da. Classical music. I'm gonna move out of the way, Tucker. They're going to use an NEC projector with the wide fisheye lens. I did a video on that one, on the lenses that come with the NEC projectors. The smaller ones don't really give you short throw. Gives you like half of that. It's the older ones that give you the full short throw. Yep. So any particular one model I like to use. I used to do the 200-inch screen that I did in the last house. I was in a 200-inch giant screen. Wow, we began with something gigantic. Oh. Then we'll plug this in the computer. There you go, trip me out. Delivery tries to trip me out. Okay, good. Get that going. Now, the naysayers, I choose to do this because I want to educate you a little bit here. So, I had my post office account, gee whiz, about 10 years. I think maybe more than that. Probably more than that. But anyway, understanding what's going on here, which I have to explain to you because, again, you know nothing at all, period. So we'll educate them. You see the post office boxes that we have there? And we can bill with them, not a problem. I know a lot of people at the post office, by the way, you'd be surprised. But anyway, you can bill with them, not a problem. The problem is the fact that you can't sell them. That'll get you in a lot of trouble. So say you were to build furniture out of these boxes and then sell that furniture. This would get you in a lot of trouble. Can't do that. You know why? Because it's property of the United States Postal Service, that's why. But if you're using it for your own personal use, then you really can't get in trouble for that whatsoever. But if you're selling it, you're in a lot of trouble. If you try to resell the boxes, even more trouble at the end of the day. I know. You know why? Because I read through the entire guideline of United States Postal Service rules and regulations on basically obtaining their post office boxes materials and also shipping supplies. Because I run a business. And one of the things I do in my business is I read through documents extremely carefully to make sure I don't break any rules and regulations. Therefore, you attempt to try to basically wreak havoc on me using the United States Postal Service, and what I'm doing here basically failed absolutely miserably. See, this is the reason why I have something called attorney on a retainer. You know why? Because he knows the law better than I do. And that's why I come in and say, hey, buddy, can I do this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, nope, can't do that, can't do this, can't do it. Are you selling this? Like, no, I'm not selling it. There's no problem in it whatsoever. There you go. Now, if you did something where you shipped something in one of these boxes that you were not supposed to be shipping and use the United States Postal Service in any way to break any rules and regulations, which basically can get you locked up, this means you have violated the United States Postal Service box, as in basically making false claims against other people's products while using their services to make these claims. Gotta know the law, people. Gotta know the law. And it helps to crack books, not just to look. Oh, that's mine. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. That's mine. I'm keeping it. That's mine. Waiting for the food gun to heat up right now while we're having this conversation. Yes. Now, to say waste? No, not really, because all the material we have here is called recyclable material, which means all these boxes were made at one point. You ever watch how it's done? How they take cardboard and they basically wet this stuff down, turn it into like a mushy oatmeal kind of mix and reprocess it all over again. The beauty of recycling, isn't it beautiful? So all this was made out of recycled material. Yep, there you go. So now, naysayer, you are a little bit smarter today than what you were yesterday or 5 minutes ago. And I'm going to finish my job. There you go. And the reason why I was laughing at you the entire time when you were basically making those statements, I was like, oh, look at these idiots at the end of the day. Yeah, I read through that whole entire document. All that stuff over there, I read through it. That's how I know all that stuff. Yes. Pays to crack a book and take a look. Ew. Yeah. That's so embarrassing that badly. Chances are the little girly men are probably going to take pictures of me and probably make little weird things out of it, because that's what they do. They're little kids at the end of the day. But I expect you to be that way. Slow and dumb. Because that's the way you are. See, I can't give you credit. I can't even get to call you smart. I can't call you intelligent. I can't give you that. Look at the way you've displayed yourself. And as for Mr. Williams, well, I'm not going to say much, but there's a special surprise coming your way in the next couple of days. I'm not going to say what it is. When I say it's a big surprise coming your way, you're going to be shocked. But anyway, let's get back to building this. This would be the time you start biting your nails a lot. Maybe right down to the knuckles, if you know what I mean. But anyway, as I said before, let's get to work. For those of you who know, these are people that were stalking our company, and now they're about to pay for it big time. It's going to be a giant screen, man. Now, before we put this computer in here, we're going to put it at I want to go with a Dell. I'm challenged by the Dell. I am. I'm challenged by the Dell. A Dell is a PC that will challenge you on every level. It really is. It's actually a great PC to work with when I want to start building computers at the end of the day. The Dells will fight you. Drivers are easy to get. Yes, they are. But it is basically the hardware will fight you because they modify their hardware so you can't basically modify it yourself. So that's a fantastic way to start. Just going to put a little Dell up in this baby. That's what we're going to do at the end of the day. All right, make this colorful screen. Put that new black technology. Put that lead trace system in there. Ooh, I'm loving that PC. I don't know which one I like more. The one with the green kind of neon jungle. I like that, man. I don't want a greenhouse. I want a greenhouse full of neon plants. Oh, that'd be so cool to have. You know what I mean? Come home from a hard day of work, you know what I mean? And just go into your greenhouse and watch all your pretty flowers just glow in front of you. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Boom. All right. This thing moved. Not ready to go, because we got to start this first foundation first. First foundation. Should we put a platform on the foundation? I think we should. I think we need to put a platform on the foundation, of the foundation. What do you think, Taco? What do you think? I don't think it's going to reach, Talk. So I actually measured from Projector Central, because that's where I had to get the information from. See where we're going with this. Pretty much at around 6 feet back from the screen, which we have more than enough. We're going to get probably roughly about 174 inches, maybe, I don't know. We should. That's what we're kind of aiming for, 174 inches. Alright, so that includes the base right there. A little extra in there. Oh, man. I miss days. I remember the 70s. That's not even great. I remember the 70s when I was a kid. I remember the 70s. I actually grew up in the 70s. That's when I was born in 68. Yeah, I actually really grew up in the 70s. 70s were pretty cool, too. You know, I had a pin when I was a kid that said 1976 on it. Yeah, it's a pin I used to wear around. It's a big, colorful bicentennial pin that said 1976. Some people are all freaking gun-ho about the cars today. Do you have any idea what the cars looked like in the 70s? Between the oh my God, they were gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous. I don't remember too much of the 60s. I was born in the 60s. I was born in 68, so I wouldn't remember anything of that. But I do remember the 70s era. I remember seeing some of the cars, the Z28s, Firebird T-tops, and the Vans. Gee whiz, the Vans, the Shag Vans are freaking insane. Yeah. Yes, the original Hellcat. Well, the cars, they're pretty interesting, they are. You'll see some vehicles you're looking. But I'm a person who likes a steel vehicle. That's what I like. I like steel cars. That's the end of the day. I couldn't care less about the computer systems and all that stuff they have in today's car, all that automatic computer stuff. I don't care for that stuff too much. I like steel vehicles. Panels have to shoot flat. I want to lay flat because it's got to put panels on it. It's a panel system. You do want it to lay flat. Pick it up a little bit, so basically it kind of slams together nicely. For our base, piece of base. Third base. I don't remember third base. When it makes a really good third. Third base. Now, later on, we'll get some of that really thick cardboard, I think is what it's called, and show you how to build one without the boxes. That's what I got in my backyard. I got one completely made. I got actually first cardboard projection screen that's weatherproof. So the solution we've been testing for about a year. It takes about a year to test this stuff to make sure it's going to do what it's supposed to do. That solution, basically, we can actually put anything we want and make it completely waterproof. It means we can dunk the cardboard underwater if we want to. I want the first cardboard projection screen. Completely can be submersible underwater. So I'm making it. We're going to make a garden projection screen. A garden projection screen. For you gardeners out there, and one that's trying to be one so badly. I wish I could grow my own flowers. I wish I could. You people that grow flowers at the end of the day, I envy you so much. Man, they know how to grow certain flowers to attract certain things. Like, I just saw a freaking hummingbird. Literally, they have some flowers around, and I had to go to the church and find out what kind of flowers they're using to attract hummingbirds. Of course, I can go online and look at it, but what are they doing? But the person out there is doing the work for it, the landscaping. Like, what are you doing to make those flowers grow like that? I want hummingbirds. A beautiful bird. Okie dokie. Mr. Bird, you're completely off topic, am I? You're on topic. Alright, we add another extension to this thing too while we're at it. Taco's giving me directions like, no, you're going the wrong way. The C area is the 5 area, the 5 area, the C area. You got it completely wrong. Tear it down and do it again. You read the instructions upside down. I'm going to have my job for this, buddy. I got 5 more years to go and I retire. I got you, boss. I got you. 5 more years and I retire, chickies. 5 more years. With me relaxing at home. Soon me and the missus are going to the Caribbean. Just gonna relax. Really? Box avalanche. Alright, let me see the camera. Five more years, right? Top one to retire with Mrs. With Mrs. Yes, everybody. Retired with Mrs. There's a nice cabin. Sounds fantastic. Okay. Yeah, let's think about that. We might have to think. That's weird. That was in my years of years. I couldn't afford a big screen TV. Didn't have the money. You know, TVs were expensive. The biggest I could get was 25 inches. There, 25 inches. And later on, moved to a 27-inch TV. It's the biggest I could get. Who knew? I'll be able to have a giant screen one day. You know? And it wouldn't cost me a ton of money to do it. I always wanted one. I always wanted a big TV. Yeah, Taco doesn't like fish. Ooh, the beef fish. He don't like fish. Sister had this big fish tank. She thought one day she would come down and she'd find Taco sitting on top of it. I don't like fish. I don't care for them. I don't know why, I just don't. I don't care for them. Building with an eagle. Actually, I watched that documentary too. That was fascinating. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing myself. I was thinking about doing it that way, but then I changed my mind. So what do you think, Taco? I think we should go with the thins on this one? We should do the thins on them. Let's do the thins. That's a good idea. Maybe Taco talking about like, oh. Yeah, we'll do the thins on them. What do you think? That looks nice? Yeah, I'll go with that. I like it. Good call, Taco Bird. Good call. Got this game some fantastic advice. Use the thins, Daddy-O. Use the thins. Should leave the bottom, right? And bring it back. I don't think I bring it back up. Okay, should leave the bottom. Why is ballistics in my pocket? So make it so much easier. Brush that box. Flat all the way across. It's about the length of the desk. Right, Taco. Taco fit Daddy-O. Still haven't watched the Wednesday yet. I'm a big fan of the Wednesday. I haven't watched it yet because there's 4 episodes, and I'm going to kill through those 4 episodes really quick. So I'm going back and watching the beginning, bring it all the way back up. By then, new episodes to stack up. I think got the new ones coming in September. So that'll be great. I'm not watching anything. No one's telling me nothing. Don't tell me nothing. Alright, let me see. Let's get the stacking on this. What do you think, Taco Bird? The navigator. Nothing's too chewed up. This one ain't too bad. Brags left. Oh yeah. Right? What are you thinking about? I know we got freaking Xbox gamers saying, wait a minute, let me get this straight. You're going to connect Kinect to a PC? Yeah. See, what you don't know about your piece of hardware at the end of the day, that technically, they kind of dumbed it down for your console system. This is where console system is going to start getting upset and roll, but it's true. The Kinect system is dumbed down for your system. The PC version of it, on the other hand, is a little different. So they use this thing, that piece right there, for all kinds of stuff. VR simulators at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Because it's a fantastic for basically having sensors for your hands and feet, because, you know, the connections of them. Amazing. Keep in mind, amazing piece of technology they gave you. That you do not allow your console system to actually fully use what that thing can do. They use them for drones, all kinds of, the military uses this thing at the end of the day. Yeah, because it has some very interesting hardware sitting inside of it. Now, for those of you sitting there in the land of denial, this is what you do. Crack a book, and you will find out magical things at the end of the day that will lighten your soul, tantalize your spirit, put you into the land of whimsical. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah. So that machine, and if you talk to anybody who basically does modifications and stuff like that, the software that I just downloaded on that machine makes that thing do things that a console could never freaking dream of. So when your hardware gets transferred to our system, we can make it dance in a way you've never seen before. So instead of me using the mouse, I can just wave my hands and just move things around by using my hands. Pretty cool, huh? There's also a couple other crazy features you can do with it too. But anyway, yeah, the Kinect system is extremely powerful. Now for those who say they're saying, well, it doesn't have an adapter, they can run the PC. They make an adaptive system that has a power supply to it so you can run that and dedicate it independently without using the Xbox system altogether. So if you have a PC, and mostly people have Microsoft Xbox systems to have PC, they do. If you haven't already tried it already, you already know what I'm talking about. For those people who already tried it. Yeah, your hardware at the end of the day, you have no idea what that stuff was designed to do, man. What it's designed to do. Do you know that the PS5, the system that you have in there, the Rumble Pack, basically you can synchronize that through PC, synchronizing your Rumble and all that, change all that, because PC has button mapping, controls. Like if I got a controller and say it's only keyboard only, I can actually map out the buttons for controller to actually run like a keyboard. Cool, right? Absolutely cool. Cool. Oh, I found I can get a PS5 for around $250. I found a place to get one. So you're going to strip it and take it apart. I'm going to modify it the way you want to. I'm going to keep the case. I'm going to do something crazy with it. I'm going to fall out that sucker. It's not me a fallout. PS5. That's ready with liquid cooling system. Of course. Definitely got to do that. Alright, let's get back to work here. We just had enough chatty, right? Enough chatty. We're chatting too much bird. We used to get the job done. I don't think we have enough blocks here. We're working on a job. We have to put down masonry work. We're going to do masonry work. Which I like to watch. I find it very relaxing. We do masonry work. Pretty cool watching you guys work. I like how you slab that cement on there and basically just go and then run it across. That is so cool to watch. I watch it all day. Boy, this is going to be a great screen for gaming, right? This is going to be gigantic. Oh, every time I mention Fallout, that song starts playing in my head. What's the new Fallout series start? I think they're on part 2. I might binge watch that again too. And start from the beginning. Found out about that about Facebook. Somebody played some clip from it, and I was like, wow, what the freak is that? When I found out what it was, I was like, oh. If you haven't watched the Fallout series, whether you're a fan or not, even if you're not a fan, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. If you haven't watched it, what the freak have you been doing with your life? Man, that's the best thing I've ever seen. That is the best thing I've ever seen. And mind, you're talking to a person who hasn't played a lot of Fallout. Like, really hasn't played a lot of Fallout. That is the best thing I've ever played. That we ever watched. That movie, it's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, yeah. Like, literally, I knew nothing about the game. I literally had to get the game and start playing it to understand exactly what's going on in that story. Like, it's absolutely amazing. I wish you had showed more on the giant cockroaches. But really good job. I'm going to get back into that state of decay. That's really interesting too to watch too. State of decay. That fallout was freaking amazing. I loved it. I loved it. I was so upset when it was over. That was a pretty good one. So we're going to put this together using a panel system. So I think we get like 9 panels for $48, which ain't bad. So probably just gonna buy 2 sets. Oh, we got more than enough. I knew I was going to do this, and when I got rid of the other boxes, they're fantastic. Right top of the corral. Told you not get rid of them, Daddy-O. That's what calls me Daddy-O. Daddy-O. That's his name for me, Daddy-O. Hey, Daddy-O. Now we get the warehouse. Or are we going to go screens out of cardboard? No. Got a freaking warehouse. I can do whatever the frick I want in that place. That's why I'm bringing my buddy in. He's an expert with a plasma torch. Gonna build all our frames, all our scalpels, frames, all that stuff, all done professionally, wiring system, all that. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole different world in that sucker. Yep. Gonna custom build our own frames. That's why a lot of frames we're working on are our own built frames at the end of the day. I want my own frames. Lightweight, super easy to assemble and put together. Yep. And since he has his own 3D printing system, because again, you know, anyway, he's going to basically print out all our technology, some of our screens and stuff we need. Which again, will have trademarks and stuff sitting on top of it, so no jerk doesn't come along try to 3D print our equipment. Because unlike, we're going to have a nice old hotline there. A hotline, anyone can reach out to us. And if your tip is actually legit and good, you'll get paid at the end of the day. So you find somebody on YouTube doing something they shouldn't be doing, you contact that number, everything comes up legit, you got a little money coming to your account, like $1,000. And you cut them that nonsense quick. And if we catch you, and we do catch you, I guarantee you that you'll be living under the prison when we get done with you. You'll wish you weren't born when we get you in that courtroom along with my attorneys. Yeah, it'll be a bad day for you. Somebody else will get paid, but your life's going to be jacked up. So if we find anything coming up on YouTube, showing any duplications, anything of one of our plastic screens for developing, plexiglass screens, whatever, anything you're trying to do, yep, someone snitches on you, or what do they got to do? Report you? If we find it's legit, they get transferred $1,000 to their account. And you, on the other hand, well, you're going to owe us millions of dollars. A lot of money. Like in the range of 50 mil. It's going to be a lot of money. Because a lot of companies are attacked. You're going to be attacked to this technology, and we have to make sure it's very well protected. So we have to make sure the penalties for these things are going to be super crazy steep. Which means you can be hit with a $50 million lawsuit. And to make sure that we keep it going, make sure we have no problem issues, well, we'll offer rewards. You find and seek, you're legit, 100%. You can show at the end of the day that this is legit and go through all of it, everything's good. Got some money coming to yourself. An extra cool $1,000 in your banking account. Wherever you want it to transfer it to. Yeah. Not really snitching. It's not snitching. Because again, they shouldn't be doing it, period. Should not be doing that kind of stuff, period. You know what I mean? Shouldn't be doing it at all, period. You're going to do your own thing, do your own thing at the end of the day. You know? You don't want to come up with a fantastic idea and somebody does that to you. You don't want to go through that crap. You don't want to do it to somebody else. Be original. Do your own thing. That's what it comes down to. Be original, do your own thing. I don't want to get that kind of trouble. So, interesting. Man, I tell you something. I learn more and more about this world every time we got to do some kind of paperwork or something. I learn so much more. This is the most weirdest thing ever, but I guess it makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. In contacting local law enforcement about Mr. Fernando, it's weird. Tell me this is not the craziest thing you ever heard. I still can't believe it actually works. But anyway, you can't contact them. You have to report the crime in your own state. Even though it's not happening in your own state, you got to report it in your own state. Once you report in your own state, they make a, you got to bring all the evidence and down, and they start the investigation. And then from there, they transfer that information over to wherever state you're having the problem with, and they go from there. Which means I'll be testifying in court, which I don't have no problem with that. Because, you know, I don't let people get away with that kind of nonsense at all, period. You know, I got to pay for trademarks and stuff, but then they don't want no one ripping my stuff off. So, yeah, that's what I got to do. So, tomorrow morning, I got two things I got to go. We got to take care of somebody for this and take care of somebody for that. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go down and file it, bring all the paperwork down, print everything up, get the whole entire investigation started, and then they'll contact the California police and go from there, because they'll be waiting for that piece of document. I can't be ripping that stuff off. I mean, come on, man. I grew up with Michael Myers and freaking Jason and all that stuff at the end of the day. No, I don't like that kind of stuff. I really don't. I'm as a businessman myself and developing new technology, I don't want anybody ripping my stuff off at the end of the day, making money. Shoot, I've worked hard to do this stuff. I wish everybody can take and earn what I earned at the end of the day and live off my hard work. Should not have that ability to do that. Thank goodness, but we have patents and trademarks. You ever look at the history on patents and trademarks, how it all started? Pretty interesting documentary. Check it out. Some people should be looking at that. They can learn to respect other people's stuff. That's not right. That guy will go in and twist it around and go, oh, but no, I don't care at the end of the day. I don't care if you're a citizen. I don't care if you're not a citizen. You don't steal. It doesn't belong to you. belongs to somebody else. You don't take it. It belongs to somebody else. I watch a lot of documentaries on these companies, how they all got started, where they started from. Some of these businesses started from out of nowhere, like a idea or a thought, and just basically just worked on it until they got it. And they had to go through a lot of hardships. They had to go through a lot of this, of failures, and some were good deals, some were bad deals, some were people trying to take advantage of them and steal what they had from them. And they went through a lot of stuff. And they finally got to that point where they finally made it. And then somebody comes and takes their stuff and try to rip them off and try to make money off their hard work. So it's not even fair. It's not fair. So those people that are offended by that in the day, get the freak out of the United States. You don't belong here. You don't belong here at all. None of you don't belong here. If you basically believe that people have a right to rip people off and steal from them, or if somebody breaks into your house, steals all your belongings, takes your car, locks down all your banking accounts and all that other crazy stuff, you don't got a business to complain. Because you don't have a problem with people stealing from other people, but you have a problem with somebody stealing from you. Because that's usually how it goes. You don't have a right to steal from other companies. You don't. And Dominicans make amazing beef too. That's actually amazing. Amazing. Let's walk to my country.